Hello, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here doing the monthly reading for December for our Sagittarius folks. So happy birthday, Sagittarius. If you've just had your birthday or it's coming up this month, I always start with our birthday zodiac sign. So you lucky Sagittarius are the ones we start with in the month of December. So I want to start, we're going to be using the Archangel Tarot deck as I normally use, which is all very gentle. Archangel Michael's coming in today, and then we have the Archangel Oracle cards. So lots of Archangel stuff coming in for you guys for this month. Actually, I'm using all these three decks for the month of December. They're just wanting to fully support us as we move forward in this month. So let's go ahead and start with the theme of the month. We have 9, the Hermit, which is Archangel Raziel, and this is all about going inward. It's about spending more time alone. It's about being quiet. It's about really discovering more around yourself. Okay, so that's really, honestly, that's what life is about in general, is about learning more about you. That's why we come here, to learn about ourselves. However, oftentimes we get caught up in everything else that's going on, and we don't take that time to go within and to get quiet and to really listen to what our soul wants. Oftentimes we're running around doing what everyone else expects us to do, what we think we should do, and our soul is up there crying and screaming and saying, hey, that's not what you came here for. So that's kind of going to be the theme for the month for you guys for the month of September. And the 9 is all about fame and reputation. So this is about how you show up in the world, which is kind of appropriate around this, because when we take time to go within, we can be and show up as more of our true, genuine self. So that it correlates very well with that. So let's go ahead and draw the additional cards for you guys here. Let's see what December holds for you. So I know that December can be a more difficult time to find that quiet time alone, and that might be where you've got to plan that in your schedule and make sure that you are keeping room for that quiet time to occur. Because if you don't do that, you know your schedule is going to get filled up, and then you are not going to be feeling very good. So we're going with the past now. This would be the basis of the situation, things that typically are already happening for you, things that you already know about, giving you a little bit more information around that. So 8 of Fire, super appropriate again, because it's around lots of things happening. So the pace has really picked up for you. Lots of different things going on in the as you come into the month of December. So I imagine November was very, very busy for you. And lots of different, when we have lots of different things that are going on, sometimes we lose our focus on what's really, really important. And so there's always, always things that you can let go of. Things that don't light you up, that you're doing, as I mentioned at the beginning, that you're doing that are maybe somebody else's expectations, or perhaps expectations you have of yourself that really don't resonate anymore. They just, maybe at one time that was something that you enjoyed or that lit you up, and now it doesn't. And so I'm just feeling like there's some things that you may need to let go of. But definitely delays are over. So there's like movement now. Things are really moving, which is probably a relief for a lot of you Sagittarius that have been kind of, feeling like a bit stuck. Okay, and this next card, so this is the present, what you need to know or work on right now, and this is 0, the Dreamer, and this is Archangel Metatron. And Metatron honestly is one of my favorite angels, and mainly because he gives me time warps, right? So you can ask Archangel Metatron for a time warp if you're finding that you don't have enough time for the things that you need to do. But this card in general, I always feel like this is about you having an opportunity to step into something new, to step into a portal, if you will. And this is about you taking, you know, when you step through and step into something new, it is a leap of faith. But what I like to say around that is sometimes we think you're leaping off a cliff and you don't know if there's going to be a net, if you're going to be able to make it to the other side. But it may just be a curb, right? We make these things into these big, huge things, and you know, oftentimes you're just stepping off a curb. It's not that big a deal. And also, you didn't come here to settle for anything less than what your heart truly desires, okay? So it's really, really important for you to step through this opening right now, because I'm feeling like this is something that is not going to be around, like it's only a short period of time that you have this opening to step through. Okay, so it's important that you do that, and it is about following your dreams, right? Because this is the dreamer, of course, it's about following your dreams. Okay, and then we have the last card we've got is the release card, which is Archangel Azrael. And typically when this card comes up, there's something in your life that you are going to be letting go of. So this can be a relationship, it can be a job, it can be a person, so physically someone passing away. It can be a way of being, even where you're letting go of the way maybe that you used to do things. But it's a good, you know, what I always like to say about this is it's a transition time, but it's a good thing. It helps you with growth, right? It's helping you grow. So, and this can even be a home. So I know one of the Sages I know is moving this month. So letting go of an old home and embracing a new one, right, is a beautiful transition. And yet it is a transition, and there is some reverence and, you know, needing to say goodbye to the past that can happen around this. But really, you know, the other piece of this is for some of you, you've been hanging on to something for way, way too long. And this card is just letting you know it's really, really time for you to move on. You know this, like in your heart and soul, you know that it's time for you to move on, and you haven't been doing it. So it's about moving on, taking that leap of faith, stepping through the portal is what this is about for you. Okay, so let's see what Archangel Michael has in store for you for the month of December. I cannot even believe it's the last month of the year. That is so crazy to me how fast this year has gone. It really is just been one of those years, I feel like, that has flown. Even though summer was slower with all the retrogrades and such, it still feels like it has flown. Okay, so we have Archangel Michael wanting to let you know the situation is already resolved. So many of you are worried about the resolution of something, and just know, like in the spirit realm, it's already resolved. All you've got to do now is take that action, okay? So everything's going to be okay. It's already, you know, it's already calm and peaceful. And he wants me to read the prayer for you guys, because apparently some of you need the actual words to use to be able to let this go. I give any worries, cares, and concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this. And then you can give the details about the situation in a divinely perfect way. So essentially you're giving it to the angels to help resolve this in a divinely perfect way. All right. And then we've got take your time making the decision. So there is another decision involved here. And Archangel Michael just wants you to take your time making the decision. And I feel like this goes back to the Hermit card, where you need to get into a quiet state to be able to have a clear answer about what it is that you are meant to be doing in this situation, okay? So when you get quiet, your spirit team, your angels, your guides, your soul wisdom can come through so much clearer. And so that's where that getting quiet, I think, is going to be the piece about taking a little bit more time with this decision. Okay, and then we have the detach from the situation, which I love, because, you know, when you get so attached to things, people, things, places, situations, when you get so attached to things, oftentimes you're blocking the juicy goodness that's meant to come from that. So when we get very attached to a specific outcome, for instance, when we get very attached to a specific person being the one for us, all of that really mucks up the energy. And so what they're wanting you to do here in this situation is really detach from it. Let go of the outcome, follow the guidance that you're getting, and just let yourself be led through this, okay? We have that spiritual team, the angels, the guides are there to lead us. And oftentimes we're trying so hard to rely on ourselves and it's not working. Well, hello, they're there to help you. And so really letting go of that situation, detaching from it. Detachment can also be physically getting yourself away from that person, that place, that thing. So it can be about walking away as well, so that you are not getting involved in whatever drama might be occurring around that. That is another potential aspect of this as well. Okay, so we have the Archangel Oracle. So this is going to be other archangels coming in. We've got Sandalphon coming in with gifts from God. So I love this card because it's really about receivership. And what Sandalphon is wanting to say here is that everything that you really want is there for you. Like it's sitting in a virtual escrow for you and just waiting for you to open up and receive it, right? So sometimes we put up these blocks, like I say, we want to force and make things happen, and that is actually blocking the gifts from coming to you, okay? So Sandalphon is wanting you to sort of open to receive what is coming to you, and a big piece of that is relaxing. Relaxing about everything, taking things lighter, creating more spaciousness in your life and in your schedule. So again, we're coming back to that, Sagittarius. More spaciousness in your schedule, more time at home, more time, quiet time, right? That helps you relax and receive. The action bit of things, just they're kind of pushing me around this. So the action bit of things is very masculine energy, and in order to get into the receivership mode, you need to get into more feminine energy, which is more allowing, right? Less, and not to say that you don't take actions, but when you take action, it's an aligned action, right? It's something that you've been nudged and guided to do, rather than feeling like you could, you should do that, right? Okay, so different energy around that. And then we have the Clairsentience card. And this is really, it's Archangel Raguel. And what this is really about is paying attention to those signs that you're receiving in your physical body. So this can be, physical things that show up in your body are messages for you, or your emotions. So you're getting messages through not only your physical body, like you might have a pain or a rash or a soreness or just a gut feeling like, oh, this just feels off, that type of thing. Or it can be the emotions that you're feeling. So when you're upset or when you're anxious, get curious about that. What is that about, right? That's a message for you. Please, please, please don't brush that under the rug. Please don't stuff it. And for those of you that have a little extra weight, I would venture to guess that you have been stuffing some of your emotions and not wanting to feel them. The deal is, you either feel it now or you're going to feel it later in a lot bigger proportion, okay? So when these emotions come up, please take time to stop and feel them and get curious about, what is this about? Why am I feeling this way about this? Okay, super important. All right, and then the last card that we have is Archangel Michael, which is crystal clear intentions. And so what he's wanting to encourage and urge you to do around this card is really about being very, very clear about what it is that you want. So I always like to use the example, and it's been used by others before as well, but when you're ordering in a restaurant, you're not going to just say, I want some food. You're going to be very specific about what you want. Otherwise, you may get something that you don't like. So be very, very specific around your intentions and the things that you want to draw into your life, and you'll have a much better opportunity to embrace and allow those things to come to you, get a little bit clearer. You can always say this or something better. That's something that I like to add when I'm doing an intention or a prayer, this or something better, because I don't know, there may be something way better than what I have imagined around that. So you can leave it open-ended around that. So for instance, I am looking for a vehicle right now. And and this was something that was not by choice. My motor in my previous car is no longer functioning, would need to be replaced, and along with another very expensive part. So I'm looking for a used car. I want to pay cash for it. So it's not, it's going to be, you know, a higher mile car, all that kind of stuff. But I am not super attached to what type of vehicle, like what year, make, and model it is. There are certain things that I want, and that's what I'm putting out into the universe. For instance, I want like an SUV or a crossover. I need to have a little bit more room. When I do events, I bring tables and things like that. I want to have a little bit more room on it. I would absolutely love to have heated seats, because I live in Minnesota and it's flippin' cold, and heated seats are just awesome. So heated seats, a sunroof would be really wishes. I didn't have that in my prior car, but it would be wishes that I would love to have. And obviously I want a car that runs really well. You know, heats up well, the air conditioning works well, it looks good, I like the color, you know, those type of things. So, but other than that, I'm letting the universe and the angels guide me to whatever car is best for me. So that's kind of the way that you can do that. So that's what we have for you, Sages. If you are part of my membership, you will be next watching the deep dive video that will be coming. If you haven't joined the membership, it's so reasonable, less than a cup of coffee a month, $4.44, or you can spend $44 and get a whole year's worth of deep dive reading. So we really get into the more about the finances, your career, your relationships, and your health in those readings. Plus you get specific action items and things that you can specifically do to you know, create an easier, more joyful, peaceful life for you each particular month. So there's things that you can do to help smooth the road, if you will, for you. So I love, love, love doing those, and I would love for you to join us. There's more information below if you click the link below. There's also more information. We didn't talk about Feng Shui today. It didn't come up in your reading, but I also have a Feng Shui video that the link is below if you're interested in learning more about that. For now, relax, have fun, and enjoy your life, Sages. Much love to you.